Eric Johnson with Tatango.com. This is a special week in review where we're looking at the text messages that were sent for Cyber Monday 2020, but specifically those messages with GIFs. I love GIFs. I think they're the best part of MMS messages, so this is going to be really fun. Where are we finding all of these text messages? smsarchives.com. smsarchives.com. Check it out. Thousands of text messages have been archived. Hundreds of brands feature. Great resource for any text message marketer. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. So the first one we have here is Lively. So you can see it is a GIF because the image is rotating. A video would have you'd have to click on it to start playing it. An image would just be a static image. This is a GIF and it's rotating through images automatically, which is great. So when you open the message, it just starts going. Really cool. I like this. I like the top, how it stays. Actually, it feels like it flips at the very end there. So, for me personally, if I was doing this, I would keep all the same consistency at the top and the bottom, so that it feels a little more kind of video-ish, rather than kind of, these are just random images that we put together into a GIF. Overall, looks pretty good. I would have done, so as you can tell in the GIF here, all the backgrounds are, kind of white-ish. I like backgrounds where it's, purple, blue, red, things like colors that are very bright, because then it doesn't kind of get washed in with the background of the mobile phone. So something to take, note of. And overall, you have to also figure out too, what the cadence and how fast these images are being flipped through, especially if they have text on them. If they have just images of the product, I think you can go pretty fast. But if it's text, you got to kind of slow it down a little bit. So because especially the last image here, you can see how it just like jumps really quickly and goes like, I can't even read what's going on there. And then on this message, they're using a link preview, which is why there's an image at the bottom that's being pulled from the website by the mobile phone. If you're using a GIF, don't make the message too complex and using a GIF, text, and then also an image at the bottom. I recommend using just the blue link. Don't pull in any of the info, just a blue link at the bottom. Anyway, that is a message from Lively, and again, a GIF. Ooh, I like this one. Okay, this is from Nine West. Okay, really cool. I like that, how, so you got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So maybe like 12 or 16, images that are being flashed, but easy enough to read. And I like how everything is staying consistent, but things are changing. I think that's a good idea for, if you're going to toggle through images of, let's say, like product, maybe keep the background like consistent, and then just toggle the product images, on top of the background. So it looks more like a video almost. I love how they're doing this. Also, all of the text, not too small. Shop Now is getting a little small, but it's not there. It's not too small. The one thing I would not do here is don't underline things like Shop Now. It makes people think that you could maybe click on that, which you can't click on it. Well, you can, but it just opens up the image. It doesn't go where, the brand wants you to go. And then I like how they're using, the whole thing. They're putting, actually, I don't know if they're using line breaks here, but it looks a little bit broken up, how it's kind of like this. The one thing though is at the very bottom, the text stop to end. I would definitely put that, put a paragraph break, which is when you hit the return key twice. That bumps it down even further. It makes no sense why you have, a call to action, which is click this link. And then right there, it's like text stop to end. It almost seems like text stop to end is the call to action, which you obviously never want. Great blue, and especially I think that's part of their brand. And also look at how, as we said in the last one, things are staying consistent. The blue and the Cyber Monday sale and the text below, but then they have things jumping around. I really like that. I don't know, it makes it look really, really good and consistent, where I think if you're bouncing between images, it's a little jarring sometimes. So Liquid IV, again, look at that at the bottom. The link preview is horrible. it just takes away from the message. The message is so awesome. Great GIF, good, text, there. And then it's just like, what is this? All? Like, what is all? It's because the title isn't optimized on their website. There's no optimized image, so it's pulling in the little favicon thing. At this point, just put the blue link in. You don't need link preview. So overall, really good message, but I think the link preview is definitely taking away, from how good the message is. All right, last one is from Urban Decay. Okay, they're doing an interesting one too, is see everything is consistent, and then they're just having the little, thing kind of go up and down here. What I did notice here, and I'm on a big screen, I cannot even really read the, okay, I thought it skipped now. It says shop now, and then below, I don't even know what that says. Remember, text messaging or MMS messages in GIFs, video, images, whatever it is, you want to make sure that the text is easily readable, which means it has to be a big enough size. So this one, it's too small. Another thing that you got to be aware of is, again, as I think I said previously, if you underline text or you put it in a box that looks like a button, remember you cannot click, or the consumer cannot click those things, and if they do, it actually opens up the image, and then people just get kind of confused essentially, because they're like, what just happened? I thought I was going somewhere. And this drags along from email marketing, because when you click images, it goes somewhere. So it's kind of confusing for the consumer. Also, one thing I'm noticing here, great use of line or paragraph breaks, but holy, that start of the message there is so crazy. No, it's all capital letters. It all blends together. Like paragraph breaks, especially if you're going to use all capital letters. I'm not even going to read it, because I don't want to read it. It makes me like, oh, that's so much to read. I do like how it says shop now. It's a really great call to action. It's really easy. They're using the bit.ly link. But then it's interesting too how they're using ud.com, which would not be tracked, but then the bottom one is tracked. Usually I recommend, if a brand's going to put a link in, put one link in so it's very clear, and then obviously use a tracking service to track that link. This one, they're going to get weird results, because half the people are going to click ud.com, which is not tracked, and then the other half are going to click the bit.ly one, which is tracked. And then, 2-3 months down the road, they're going to look at the results and they're going to be like, wow, that message really didn't do that good, because they're going to forget that they put UD in the message, the .com. So break up this message, like either reduce the copy or break it up, or even if you did not use capital letters for the whole thing, you still got to break it up, and you still got to, it's just too much text. You would never see this kind of like in an email. So again, use some of the concepts you use in email. I do like how they put the text help for help stop. Again, message and data rates may apply, does not need to be in a mass message. Neither does text help for help. It's nice if you want to put it in there. And I guess you do have the characters with an MMS, so why not? But maybe even do a double paragraph break, which you hit the return 4 times to like really put it at the bottom. You don't want it taking away from the message. So anyway, that is my review for GIFs from Cyber Monday 2020. Again, we're getting all these text messages from smsarchives.com, smsarchives.com. Check it out. Thousands of text messages have been archived from some of the best brands in the game using GIFs in their messages, or really anything that they're sending their customers. Again, my name is Derek Johnson with Tatango.com. Thanks, everyone.